कर दिया स्टार्ट. Hello students, good evening. Am I audible to you? So now here we will have this session about geography. How many of you think like here only NCERT is sufficient for geography? That's why you are facing problem. Just write in comment. Only NCERT are not sufficient. First thing. Second doubt about geography is student they say like how to remember mapping. Do you think like single reading of mapping will make you to remember all these facts? No. What? Then you have to use some extra technique like mnemonic. You have to visualize, you have to make script, you have to make story, you have to remember all these facts in sequence. That is very important because every single question is important for our prelims exam. And my dear students, जो मैपिंग है वहां से 6 से 7 क्वेश्चन तो हर साल आ ही रहे हैं. एंड माइट बी हैव सीन योर सीनियर, वो बोले यार 6-7 क्वेश्चन तो मेरे से इजीली हो गए हैं. तो हियर 6-7 क्वेश्चन मींस 12 मार्क्स इन जीएस. तो एवरी क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So the point here is for conceptual clarity of geography only NCERTs are not sufficient. Second point is for mapping part you have to do some extra effort or you have to use some extra tool to remember this factual. And the third thing is there is a gap in prelims and mains. We don't have the same syllabus for our prelims as well as mains. Prelims we have different syllabus, mains we have different syllabus. That is very, very important. For that we come up with one module, complete geography module, which we are starting on 21st of August. Today we have a workshop. Today we will discuss about world mapping, especially the Africa continent. Before I start, can you name the country in Asia from where this Tropic of Cancer passes? And in a sequence, west to east. Quickly write in comment. Tropic of Cancer से एशिया में, like here एशिया में Tropic of Cancer किस किस कंट्री से पास होता है सीक्वेंस में. दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. तो स्टूडेंट सीक्वेंस से याद रखना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होगा. सो क्विकली आई टेल यू अबाउट ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर, इक्वेटर and Tropic of Capricorn. As a next question to you, can you tell me the only continent from where both the tropics, like that is Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn and equator passes? Write in comment. Next question, can you tell me the only country in the world from where equator and Tropic of Capricorn passes? Next question, can you write in comment what are the like this gigs, GIGS? These are the coastal areas which are very important. Write in comment this GIGS stand for what? I can give a hint, this S stand for slave coast. So write in comment where you have slave coast. Next question to you, Suez Canal has two terminal. One thing is here we have Suez Canal, it has two terminal. One is towards Mediterranean Sea, other is toward Red Sea. So write in comment what are these two terminal we have. Similarly, like here in Saudi Arabia we have one desert area. Can you name this desert here where I put this red dot? Next is we have important river in Africa continent, Nile River, where we have Blue Nile and the White Nile. Do you know about the idea why these are called Blue Nile, why Blue Nile is called blue, why White Nile is called white? These are very important. And next question to you, where this blue and white Nile meet. And similarly, there is a question, what type of delta this Nile river makes? जो नाइल रिवर का डेल्टा है, क्या वो वर्ड फुट डेल्टा है, क्या वो कास्पेड डेल्टा है, क्या वो अबेंडेंट डेल्टा है, क्या वो आर्केड डेल्टा है? तो ये भी आपके लिए एक क्वेश्चन है. नेक्स्ट, come in North America, we have one river system which is known as Mississippi Missouri river system. Can you tell me at the confluence of Mississippi Missouri which city we have? Can you name the city name here? After that, the delta of Mississippi and Missouri. Can you write about this delta? What type of delta this Mississippi and Missouri river make? Like that is maybe like I give you options: Cascade Delta, Abundant Delta, Birdfoot Delta, या Arcade Delta. So these are the questions we have. So now I just start with this Tropic of Cancer. We will see from where this Tropic of Cancer pass. Now here, can you see this is Mexico? From Mexico, this Tropic of Cancer passes. After that, can you see here in Africa continent, it passes through many countries. Okay, and after that here in Asia, am I audible? Now here, can we see this Tropic of Cancer here? So in Asia, I ask you a question about Asia. How we remember, that is the point actually. तो उसके लिए like we have technique, mnemonic or a sequence. Sequence I ask. So this is SU, suo. Do you know suo motu? Sometimes like here, your judiciary take any case suo motu. Suo, IBM, CT. So this is Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman, India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, China, Taiwan. So here these are the technique we use to remember the thing in sequence. नहीं तो like आप रट्टा लगाते रहेंगे, भूल जाएंगे. Similarly, like here what technique we use in mapping, like this Africa continent, this is equator. If you check, these are the country from the Africa mainland that equator passes. So here this is GC ducks, GC ducks. So here we can easily remember. So this is G for Gabon, C Congo, this is Democratic Republic of Congo, this is Uganda, Kenya, Somalia. So we have to use some extra technique to remember this thing, that may be mnemonic, we have to visualize it. Otherwise, this mapping will be more time consuming for you people. Similarly, like here, I just give an idea. This is Cap B. Here, this is Cap B. We have Tropic of Capricorn in South America, passes through 4 countries, Cap B. This is Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, Brazil. Capricorn, how I remember, like Capricorn में cap आ रहा ना, CAP. So here we use this cap, we have Cap B. I ask you a question, country in only country from where your equator and Tropic of Capricorn pass, that is Brazil. ब्राजील ही एकमात्र ऐसी कंट्री है जिससे आपका इक्वेटर और एक ट्रॉपिक, दैट इज ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न पास होता है. And the only country I ask you question from where both the tropic and equator passes, that is Africa. अफ्रीका से अगर आप देखेंगे, दैट इज ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर, ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न एंड इक्वेटर सब पास हो रहा है. Now here, just have an idea about Pacific Ocean, because this can be asked. Here we have some cultural region in Pacific Ocean, like we have Polynesia, we have Melanesia, we have Micronesia. So we have to cover that in detail because it can be asked. But the problem here, student, they face one problem ki like up to what extent they have to do in GS, otherwise it will be optional. तो एक बड़ा thin boundary है in GS and optional. So here you should know what is the boundary, and here you should know how to cover this mapping part so that you can easily target 5 to 6 questions. That is very important. Now next is, in our course we will cover the entire mapping, entire conceptual part. So this is Africa continent. I ask you one question about gigs. This is grain coast, ivory coast, gold coast, slave coast. If on the coastline of Africa, if I have to ask question, my first preference will be gigs or some of the important strait. You know, there are some important strait we have that you have to cover. And here what we do in classes, we cover each and every continent in 1.5 hours. Like nearly 4 to 5 classes we cover all the continent and we get 1 or 2 questions easily. And the coverage will be in such a way that you can easily target the question of UPSC for state PCS as well. So we can cover it. Now here I ask you about Suez Canal. So in Suez Canal there are 2 terminals. So can you see, this is Red Sea here, this is Suez Canal we have. There are 2 terminals. This side we have Port Said and here we have Suez City. And I tell you the fact about Suez Canal, it has been built by Suez Canal Company from 1859 to 1869 to connect this Red Sea with Mediterranean Sea. And these are the important things which have changed the geopolitics. That's why these are very, very important. Similarly, in Central Asia, there are the country, they are also making similar type of canal so that they can reduce the distance between Atlantic and Pacific. So these are very, very important things we have to take care while covering the map. This is gigs, grain coast, ivory coast, gold coast, slave coast. Okay. Now next is, Acha, I ask you one more question. Can you tell me 3 countries which are the part of two continent? Like Egypt, I give you one example. Egypt come in Africa continent, but small part of Egypt come under Asia continent also. So similarly, can you name 2 more countries where the some landmass of that country come in one continent and some part of that landmass come in the other continent? Write in comment. Now here one is Russia that come in Asia and Europe, another one is Turkey. Turkey को अगर आप देखेंगे Europe and Asia. And some people they consider जो टर्की का वो हिस्सा है जो यूरोप में, उसको हम डेवलप भी बोल देते हैं मतलब, और एशिया वाला वो इतना डेवलप नहीं है. Okay. Now next is we have to cover the important lake of Africa. When you check the map, the problem is to locate the important lake. But based on the previous year questions analysis, based on the government website of Africa, we have 7-8 important lake of Africa continent. Like here, how we can remember in a sequence? We have Lake Tana, we have Lake Turkana, we have Lake Tanganyika. Sequence में north to south, Tana, Turkana, and this is Tanganyika. If you go north to south, name increase. नाम का साइज बड़ा होता जा रहा है जैसे जैसे नीचे जा रहे हैं. ताना, तुर्काना, टंगानिका. This is the most important lake here in Africa continent. We have Lake Victoria. Acha, I ask you a question about Lake Victoria. See here, tell me what is the ranking of Lake Victoria as far as the lake in the world is concerned. Is it first largest lake in the world? Is it second largest lake in the world? Or it is third largest lake in the world or fourth? So you write your answer in comment. लेक विक्टोरिया जो है फर्स्ट लार्जेस्ट है या सेकंड लार्जेस्ट या थर्ड या फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट है? लेक विक्टोरिया इज थर्ड लार्जेस्ट लेक इन द वर्ल्ड और अफ्रीका की सबसे बड़ी लेक है लेक विक्टोरिया. तो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Now, if you see, there are three small lakes on the left side of Lake Victoria. One is Lake Albert. Second is Lake Edward. Third one is Lake Kivu. Alphabetically, dictionary में first A come, then E, then K. So alphabetically, north to south, we have this Albert, Edward, Kivu. Now this is Lake Malawi. Might be heard about Lake Nyasa. This is Lake Malawi, Lake Nyasa we have. Okay. So here and here we have Lake Volta, Lake Kariba. ठीक है. There is Lake Asal, which is the lowest point also, ASSAL, and there is one more lake, Lake Chart. So here, what you have to do, you have to set a boundary for your map coverage. ऐसा नहीं कि आप हर कुछ चीज पढ़ते रह जाएंगे और मे बी ऐसा ना हो कि like you are going to skip the important one. So that is very important in mapping. Okay, so for all these solutions, we are starting our batch on 21st August. Timing is 2 to 4:30, where we will take around 40. I will take around 45 classes, where I will cover complete geography for GS, not for optional, for GS, paper 1, paper 3, including disaster management plus mapping part. And in every class we will give you 15 MCQs and there will be mains answer writing also in the class itself. And once we complete the syllabus, there will be a full length test 100 question for prelims and there will be a mains 20 question full length test we will conduct. Okay students, so this is the idea कि like what are the problems student they are facing, what they have to do to cover the mapping part. Mapping is very important and to set the boundary for mapping is more important. Okay students, thank you very much.